Welcome to Electron Surfer, where you're going to catch the wave of unboxings. This is an unboxing channel. It's a fantastic way to, look at boxes. 90 degrees already, early afternoon here in Northern California. Probably going to be sweating, maybe swearing. I haven't even looked at this bike yet. Real nice beefy box, humongous box, arrived in pretty good shape. There's a little bit of a hole on the other side of the handle, but other than that it seems to be in good shape. It's a very large box. Did I mention that? It's like 15 inches wide. So this is a fat tire bike, and I'm jazzed to see what I think about it. So first look, it's just kind of the normal bike thing, right? But they have a nice logo, Espin. You gotta make sure you say that right. I think some other people have mispronounced it. But kind of a nice little cursive logo. No, that's I'll hold this up to the camera a little bit better. This is a really nice touch. I didn't expect this. So hopefully the camera will focus on this. We got, 15 millimeter wrench for pedals and other things. We have a little multi-wrench, multi-tool, some solid looking Well-Go, I think they might be collapsible pedals, I can't tell. And then the charger, normal 2 amp charger, but nicely organized. Like I like that. A lot of times you get these e-bikes and some stuff's just kind of floating around in these boxes. And also here's the headlight with some little zip ties and to put it on, I guess. Of course. Look down in there. This is a big heavy bike, so you either have a couple methods. One, I see the box is kind of separating on this end, so if I did have to repackage this and ship it back for any reason, I don't expect to. Everything I've seen, this company seems like they're really responsive, so I don't think I really have a lot of worries. So my advice is to either take the front flap off by cutting the sides, being very conscious of how deep you're cutting, and that gives you a work surface. Or on this one, I think I'm gonna take off the end, and that way I can just slide the box off and away. This came with the front and rear rack accessory kits, so that's sitting up there on the top. To me, the most common place for scratches and such are when you have your loose accessory box and sometimes loose other pieces, and the front wheel, how that is attached to the bike. Sometimes there's not enough cushioning. It looks like this is very well cushioned between, it looks like the handlebar is actually kind of between the wheel and the frame. So that speaks well about protecting the frame. The battery is kind of here just right in the top, so it's very much in the center of the box, which is kind of interesting because, it's not super well supported, but I can just reach in and take that off, which I'm gonna do right now, so it takes some of the weight when I'm trying to pull. All right, there we go. Battery is away. This is a 48 volt, 10 and 0.4 amp hour, kind of on the normal end of the low side. One thing I recommend is when you're doing unboxings like this, as yourself, I mean, you're not filming it, right? But you should still take pictures. As I'm gonna show here, I just opened up the side where it looked, there was a split right here, and the bolt that is supposed to kind of keep the front axle dropout spaced properly had fallen out. So one of the first things I'm gonna look at as I'm taking this bike out is if that front fork looks like it was impacted, bent. That's a pretty common problem spot of these shipped bikes. So it's always nice to have a friend help if you can. You just roll it out of the box. That was pretty nice. I'm going to cut some of these big zip ties just so I can try to orient the fork down and be able to keep it in place. All right, front tire, 20-inch 4x4 fatties with the fender. I'm going to set this aside for now. Well, hopefully this comes through on the camera. This is very well, I mean, I really don't see hardly any of the bike exposed, so that's good. And it has a really nice looking color. I'm really liking this. This is, I think it was the Glacier Blue. So it's a really pleasant, to my eye anyway, a pleasant color. Well, it looks like here you can see, I hope that's thin piece of metal. I think that's probably for the fender attachment point. Looks like it got a little bent there. It's looking like everything else is pretty okay. And watch out for that, I totally pinched my finger. Looking for the skewer, and turns out this is a nutted front axle. I haven't seen that in so long on a bike that I didn't even consider that would be the case. We'll see how that works. Well, that's the Espin Nesta there. Pretty sharp looking bike. I mean, I only got the seat on it, of course, so, but you can see there's a lot of space in here. It's pretty low with a low center of gravity. It's this folding bike style. This is very well packaged. All this soft touch foam is just taped with like a masking tape that you can just easily break, like as you can see I'm doing. And you know, the important things, everything is protected really well. I'm not seeing any issues at all on first glance, so that's great. All right, so unboxing basically complete. Nice beefy rear rack, 18 kilograms, quite well supported by the rear seat stays here, so I would expect it to be able to handle more than that. Got the integrated light on there, which is awesome. That way it's all wired in, plugged in. Looks good so far. So unboxing went pretty well, pretty easy. Very nicely packaged, Espin. Nice job.